All right. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to control your anger as a believer. Anger is one of the things, the emotions that really causes a lot of trouble in marriages, and it affects the health of the people who allow it to stay long in them. Of course, anger, we can talk about anger without talking about forgiveness. We're going to touch on some of these topics today. But what I want to do today is really show you how you can overcome the power of anger that the devil tries to unleash to destroy your marriage. So if you are joining me for the very first time, my name is Adis Obanjo. I'm a pastor. I've been pastoring for 20 years and I've helped many people in their marriages. And of course, I've been married also for 20 years and more. Going to 21 years next year. And I have also used the same principles that I teach here to make my marriage better and better. And if you have never experienced a great marriage, you may not know the blessings that you can get when your wife is aligned with you and you are aligned with your wife. Bone of the same bone, flesh of the same flesh, to have the same passion, to pray together several times a day, to minister together. When two people born in different homes come together, no matter how much they love the Lord, they're still going to experience the ups and downs of marriage. And up till now, after 20 years, we'll still have situations where we don't understand exactly what the other person is doing. But we have installed something in our marriage, which is good communication without judgment, that makes it possible for us to say, well, I didn't understand that. Why? What's going on here? And my wife is able to explain, and I'm able to explain. And while we're doing that, we're still laughing and joking. Making a marriage work is like riding a bicycle. Yes, it takes time to start, and you have to do some work to balance the bicycle. But as long as you're working on it, it keeps going. If you're pedaling and you're balanced, it keeps going. When you stop pedaling, you will most likely find the bicycle falling. Why? Because marriage is like that. If you stop caring, nurturing, investing into your marriage, you may see it shaking. But it's not the reason to give up. It's a reason to get back on the bike and start pedaling. And so I pray that what I will share with you today, you will add it to your repertoire of tools to get the kind of marriage that you want, the kind of marriage that gives you joy. When you think about your spouse, when you think about your wife, you are filled with joy. I'm going to read for you James chapter 1 verse 19 and then 20. James chapter 1 verse 19 and 20. I'll read from the New International Version. The New International Version says, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." We get angry because God designed something in us to help us um, respond with reflex and with a lot of energy and adrenaline when we face danger. And that's what anger is supposed to do in us. When someone threatens us or something threatens us, anger helps you to get that burst of strength and energy. So there are chemicals being released into your system that makes your muscles to tense up. You become able to either run away from the problem or fight the problem and get to safety. That's the design that God has. But because the enemy has corrupted us and we are now selfish and self-centered, rather than using the anger the right way, we try to use it to control. What I want to do today is to show you that those kinds of reactions will never make your marriage better. Never. There is no scenario where anger makes a marriage better. And you may wonder, and I do wonder sometimes, how do we get to this place? How does a marriage get to a place where there's anger every time, when at a time they loved each other so much and they couldn't do without each other? How does a marriage get there? When a wife becomes a bit more comfortable and she begins to say things that that she wouldn't say before when they were not so close, the man begins to feel offended because some of those things can be disrespectful. For example, if a man puts his tool somewhere and the woman says to him, why'd you just always put your tools carelessly and litter everywhere? Now, this may be coming from a heart that cares. Like, why'd you keep your stuff everywhere? Then you start looking for them. But if the man is not in a good space, he's going to feel that he's been criticized for all the hard work, regardless of all the hard work that he has done. He just wants at this time to relax, not to be lectured about how he puts his tools. So when these behaviors begin to come up, they can trigger anger in the husband. And then when he's angry, what does he do? He could yell or shut down or frown. And then she feels that, what did I do? I just asked you a question. And then she responds the way she knows how to respond. That's how it goes. And when anger begins to show up and you don't know how to deal with it, you don't know what I'm going to share with you, you don't know this tool, this change of perspective that will help you remove the anger, you are going to begin to build on that anger. And before you know it, it increases. If this is blessing you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I go live 5 days a week, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every weekday. So, and I want you to be able to ask your questions. If you are watching this on the replay, of course, you can put your questions in the comments. How do you become slow to anger? Because we just read first James chapter 1 verse 19 that says you should be quick to hear, quick to listen, and slow to anger. The answer is in that scripture, and the first set of answers is in that scripture, and then the second I'm going to share with you. The first thing is, make up your mind that you are going to actually be quick to listen and quick to hear. The second thing that you do, and that God showed me, is to change your perspective. You choose to look at things from a different perspective, from a broader perspective, from God's perspective. That's the way I do it, and it has helped me a lot. Anyone that gets you angry is doing that because they are hurting, or somebody has hurt them, or they are afraid. Whatever the case is, something is wrong. It may be you that caused it. It may not be you, but something's wrong with them. And if you say you love them, when you know that something is wrong with your wife, your duty, or as a person that who loves, is to help them resolve whatever is their pain. And if you can do that, it's going to make a difference. Of course, I do in this season, November and December, I'm working with people whose marriages are already really struggling. I'm ready to help you. These are some of the things that you're going to practice after you've done the basic things that you need to do. There are certain things that you need to say to her that would begin the process of healing and transformation. There are things that you need to do to heal. There are things that you need to do to help her heal. And there are words that you need to say to her that will make the healing faster. All of those I'm ready to share with you. What I need you to do is put in the comments here, help, or better still, book a time on my calendar to discuss for 15 minutes. Share with me where you are in your marriage. I would give you some ideas and some strategies. And then if you are a good fit, if we talk together and it works well, I would invite you to my special program that I have, it's a program, 90 days program to really work on your marriage. I'll be working with you step by step through the processes. I have videos that you can work on while we're not meeting, and you have access to meet with me as often as you need. I want to help you continue to watch this channel. Like the video if it blesses you, send it to other people. We can change the world around us by learning to love more. If we, all believers in the world, can learn this stuff, and all our marriages, or at least 90% of our marriages, work, we can send a signal to the world around us that we got something that you need. It is how to love. And if you learn it, you will be different. And we can introduce them to the source of love, Jesus Christ. While we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. While we were at our worst, he gave us his best. All right. I hope this has blessed you, and I look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow. Until then, continue to love like Jesus and make mega impact. Subscribe to the channel and be blessed. I love to know you. I love to connect with you. Bye for now.